Hey, so this is Dishant from Unica University Common Application. I recommend you to watch AAU television.
AAU TV is the place to be for every person in higher education in Africa. Better be there or be nowhere.
Continuez de regarder la télé et surtout sur le AAU.
Keep watching it and it will change the way you interact with higher education on the continent. AAU, great job.
I want to tell you that AAU television is fantastic, it's educative, it's informative, and it is a must for anybody who is interested in higher education in Africa.
When I was in Accra last year, I did an interview on this TV. It's a very important mouthpiece.
It's a data, it's a bank of all we need for the development of higher education in Africa.
People should make an effort to view it because it discusses very current issues of development across the continent.
I believe that the station will continue to promote the overall development of Africa, particularly in the tertiary education sector.
AAU TV provides a platform and shares a lot of information to a broader audience. So we wish you all the best and please continue serving
AAU TV,
the voice of higher education in Africa.
As part of Google's initiative, college students aged 18 and above in Egypt, Ghana, Kenya, Morocco, Nigeria, South Africa, and Zimbabwe will receive a free one-year subscription to the Google AI Pro plan. The bundle, worth 3,700 Kenyan shillings a month, includes powerful AI research tools, the Gemini 2.5 Pro app, monthly AI credits, and cloud storage. So far, Google says it has trained over 7 million Africans and plans to reach an additional 3 million students, young people, and teachers by 2030. The company is also expanding its infrastructure by installing 4 subsea cable hubs across the north, south, east, and west of Africa. These hubs will create new digital corridors linking the continent to the rest of the world, complementing the Ekua cable, the Umoja fiber route, and the Johannesburg cloud region. Google Africa Managing Director Alex Okosi said the continent's digital economy holds immense potential and will be powered by the ingenuity of its youth. He added that these investments in AI education, infrastructure, and connectivity are designed to equip young Africans with the tools to innovate, lead, and build a thriving digital economy.
For the fourth year in a row, Ethiopia's nationwide university entrance exams have revealed the stark reality of the country's education system. Only 8.4% of the more than 500,000 candidates achieved the minimum 50% score required for admission into public universities. Education Minister Professor Bihanu Nega described the outcome as encouraging, noting that while fewer students sat for the exam compared to previous years, more managed to pass. He added that this marks the end of the 4-year reform cycle, with next year's examinees expected to be the first fully trained under the revised curriculum. The reforms have brought some progress, including a dramatic reduction in exams malpractice. Cases of cheating dropped sharply from nearly 20,000 in earlier years to 120 this year. Digital testing also saw growth, with around 134,000 students taking their exams online. Still, the results point to serious inequalities. About 1,250 schools did not pass a single student, whilst 50 schools saw all of theirs succeed. Boarding schools posted an average of 71%, while students in Addis Ababa fared better than most, achieving a 41% average and a pass rate of more than 1 in 4. By contrast, the national average stood at just 31.6%, with Oromia emerging as the second best performing region. For the majority of Ethiopia's young people, higher education remains out of reach, a challenge with heavy consequences for a nation where 2/3 of the population is under 30. The minister said the government's target is to raise the pass rate to at least 20% within the next 3 years.
Researchers from the University of Edinburgh Centre for Reproductive Health has found that long COVID may disrupt menstrual cycle and that periods themselves may affect the severity of the symptoms. The findings, published in Nature Communications, reveal that women with long COVID are more likely to experience longer, heavier periods and even bleeding between cycles. By contrast, women who have recovered from COVID-19 reported only minimal disruptions. Dr. Jacqueline Mayburn, one of the lead researchers, said the number of similar cases reported during the pandemic became too many to ignore. She explained that heavy menstrual bleeding is already a common cause of iron deficiency in women of reproductive age. When combined with long COVID, this blood loss can intensify fatigue, headaches, and shortness of breath symptoms already associated with the illness. The study also found that long COVID symptoms fluctuate throughout the menstrual cycle, worsening just before menstruation and in the days leading up to ovulation. This suggests a possible hormonal influence, with early analysis also pointing to inflammation in the uterus. Importantly, researchers confirmed that long COVID does not impair ovarian function, meaning fertility is not affected. But they have emphasized that women should monitor their cycle and seek medical help if heavy or irregular periods begin to impact daily life. This groundbreaking research opens new pathway for treatment and highlights how women's health must remain central in the global response to long COVID.
Explore a whole new world of exciting visuals with AAU TV. Get ready for a mix of interesting talk shows, interviews, discovery documentaries, and news on AAU TV. It's not just about watching TV, it's about experiencing something special. AAU TV reaches over 25 countries in Africa, bringing you a blend of knowledge and fun. Learn about different cultures as you enjoy the shows. If you have events or want to showcase your business, we've got you covered. Watch AAU TV free-to-air channel on satellite. Connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and X, formerly known as Twitter, at AAU TV. Reach out on call or WhatsApp us at +233 26 629 6601 or +233 20 399 5210. AAU TV, the voice of higher education in Africa.
Slowly descending into the depths of the Baltic Sea, diver Dek Shannon carefully retrieves rusting shells and grenades from a vast pile of World War II ammunition. Above him, engineers and seamen monitor every move from the Baltic lift, a mobile crane barge stationed 6 kilometers off the German coast. Shannon's recovery, 12.8 centimeter shells, grenade fragments, and projectiles represents just a fraction of the estimated 1.6 million tons of wartime munitions littering the seabed of the North Sea and Baltic Sea. These aging explosives, deliberately dumped after war, are now rusting, leaking toxins such as TNT compounds and posing risks of both contamination and explosion. Germany has launched a €100 million initiative to address the threat. 2 diving teams are working in 12-hour shifts, collecting and securing the ammunition underwater before special ships transport to facilities for disposal. Experts warn the situation is especially urgent in the Baltic, where poor water circulation means pollution lingers for decades. The German Environment Ministry confirms toxic residues are already entering marine life like mussels and fish, with some concentrations nearing critical level. Research institutes stress that clearing the munitions is vital to safeguard both ecosystems and coastal communities. Officials say the long-term solution lies in developing automated recovery and offshore destruction methods, reducing risks to human divers. With similar threats reported in other seas, from the Black Sea to Southeast Asia, Germany's efforts may become a blueprint for global cleanup operations.
President Duma Boko, speaking from New York, where he is attending the United Nations General Assembly, described the gold medal as a historic African win and praised the athletes for their determination and spirit. He added that Botswana's national diamonds are not just in the ground, but also in the form of its world champion athletes. The winning team, Lee Bekimpilo Epi, Lesili Tibogo, Bayapo Indori, and Busan Colin Kebinachifi, edged out the United States, who had dominated the race for 10 consecutive world titles. South Africa secured the bronze. The president called the moment electric, saying the performance reflects Botswana's rising stature on the global stage. The country went on to finish 5th overall in the medal standings with 2 golds, 1 silver, and a bronze, its best ever performance at the championships. The triumph comes just a year after Lesili Tibogo made history by winning Botswana's first Olympic gold medal in the men's 200 meters in Paris, a feat celebrated nationwide. For Botswana, athletics has become more than sports. It is now a source of national pride and continental inspiration.
The 46-year-old singer, known worldwide for his hit All of Me, was honored for his ongoing efforts to uplift marginalized voices in the music industry. In his acceptance remarks, Legend expressed gratitude for the coalition's advocacy and for being recognized with an award named after his friend and mentor, Quincy Jones. He emphasized that every accolade of this kind represents the collective work of collaborators and communities he seeks to support. Also attending the event was rapper Flavor Flav, who praised Legend's accomplishments and stressed the importance of recognition for Black artists who contribute significantly to the industry. BMAC president reflected on the coalition's mission, affirming that its dedication to advancing equity and inclusion in music remains unwavering. Through pipeline programs, music maker grants, and industry initiatives, the coalition continues to create pathways for opportunity and access in music. The evening was not only a celebration of artistic achievements, but also a powerful reminder of the work still needed to ensure fairness and representation across the music industry.
The rand stability comes after the South African Reserve Bank decided to keep its main lending rate unchanged at 7%, taking a cautious stand even as consumer inflation shows signs of being under control. Nedbank economists have projected that the central bank quarterly bulletin will highlight an improvement in household finances during the second quarter, following a difficult start to the year. They explained that higher wages, subdued inflation, and lower interest rates are likely to support disposable income while easing debt burdens. Meanwhile, economists polled by Reuters expect producer inflation to remain steady at 1.5% for August, unchanged from July. On the markets, the the Johannesburg Stock Exchange Top 40 Index also ended little changed, while the benchmark 2035 government bond strengthened, with yields falling to 9.13%. Estonia's Foreign Minister, Magus Chakna, told the Council that the international community must stand firm against what he called blatant breaches of the UN Charter, stressing that such action risks further escalation. He warned that Russia's provocation would not weaken Estonia's commitment to supporting Ukraine. European Union diplomat Kaja Kallas described the incursion as a deliberate provocation, accusing Moscow of testing Europe's borders and undermining security. Representatives from the United Kingdom and United States echoed those warning, with Britain's Foreign Secretary, Yvette Cooper, cautioning that unauthorized flights into NATO's territory could spark direct confrontation. America's new UN ambassador, Michael Watts, declared that Washington and its allies would defend, in his words, every inch of NATO territory. Russia, however, denied the allegations. Its defense ministry claimed the jets never crossed into Estonia, a position repeated by Kremlin officials and Russia's deputy UN ambassador, who accused Europe of spreading lies. Estonia countered with radar data, photographs, and map showing the jets armed and combat-ready, remaining in its skies for 12 minutes before being intercepted by NATO. Following the incident, Estonia has formally requested NATO's Article 4 consultations with the alliance's North Atlantic Council, expected to meet Tuesday morning.